Hi guys, Don Rice here, and the next step in the weathering process is going to be to wipe some dirty washes onto the airplane. So this is some leftover black class coat that I mixed up, I don't know, yesterday or the day before in order to do some touch-up work. And I'd put the leftovers into the fridge to store, and I pull it out of the fridge, and what I put in here is, I mean, just just barely enough black paint to cover the bottom of the cup, and then I poured in a bunch of alcohol. So this is isopropyl alcohol. So it is extremely thinned down. And then I'm going to use one of those blue kind of automotive type paper towels because they have a little bit less lint. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it in here and get it moist, and then I just drag it from leading edge to trailing edge. And the thing is, you don't see much going on. You may not be able to see anything on the camera, and for that matter, I don't see much right here at the moment either, other than the wing is getting wet. Put a little more in there, and you want to do this, you want to make your drag marks as straight as possible, because when the stuff dries, you can definitely see the wags and the wiggles. And I'm not trying to be perfect about this, but you definitely want to keep, everything straight so it doesn't actually show up later as being a, absolutely that's hand applied. And you don't want to fall afoul of those idiots at your club who like to find fault. No matter how nice your airplane is, there's always something wrong with it, according to those guys. Hate those guys. So I'll put one coat on, and it has very little effect on the way the actual airplane looks. And I'll let that sit for, I don't know, an hour while I go off and do something else. And then I'll come back, I'll do it again. And that during that hour, even though there's very little class coat in here, it gives the class coat a chance to set, so that the next batch that I put on here doesn't just wipe off the old batch. I want it to be additive, and with the next batch I may not do 100% of the wing. Maybe I'll just do the white stripes, and so that they get a little bit dirtier. Or maybe I'll use a smaller piece of the paper towel, and I'll just do a thin bit, and just to kind of create a little variation as we go across. So I know you can't really see what the effect of what just happened, but I did want to show you where we're at with this weathering. You can see that I've finished all the sanding and roughing up and steel wooling, and my rivets, bring that over here, the rivets, and these are the gun ejector ports. These kind of details were all made from vinyl that was white in color, and so by weathering down to them, it's exposed white, which isn't really the right color. I would prefer if they were silver. But the bigger problem is that it really stands out as being, white. So what I did on the top side and what I will do here is I'll take some more of that leftover black, and I won't thin it quite as much as I just did, but I'll thin it down pretty much and use the airbrush and just spray on here thinned black, and it'll turn the white stuff into a dark gray, and it's very visible, and it's clear that it's weathering, but it doesn't look like it does now, and because I'm not liking this white look, so I toned that down with a little bit of black, turned it into a dark gray. Looks much better. So anyway, that's all for now. Later.